And let's bring in our CTV News political commentator, Scott Reid. Scott, thanks as always for joining us.
Morning, Roger.
What can we expect on this last weekend of the campaign?
Fingernails, clutching the voters. Look, as you can see by those numbers that Nick is providing us, things have tightened up here. Tight as a tiger, and the bite is taking place in Ontario. If you see the regional numbers that Nick is putting out, the reason that things appear to be getting closer is that the gap that the Liberals once had in Ontario just a couple of weeks ago, like 12, 13, 15 points, that is narrowed down to 4 or 5 points. And there's been a steady movement of the Conservatives in Ontario higher and higher. And so that's where the battle is. I don't think it's any mistake that Mark Carney has got himself positioned in that ring around Toronto. You're looking at Newmarket, Aurora, trying to go down and steal a riding from the NDP in Windsor. He's, I think, going to stick until Monday to Ontario. That's where this battle's being fought, and the Liberals need to rally a little bit. They need to at least stop the bleeding. They want to staunch it all and bring this thing over the line.
Is there any one thing that might be closing this gap?
I think if you were to look at the last 10 days, it would probably have started with the release of the Liberal platform. One of the secrets of Mark Carney's success has been that he is not Trudeau, he is not Trump, and he's not Poilievre. But that platform felt big. It felt ambitious. It felt overly ambitious, perhaps, and big spending. And so it reminded voters, I think, particularly a lot of middle-class, middle-aged voters in the ring around Toronto in those 905 GTA areas. I think it reminded them of Trudeau. And I think, Mark Carney's got to get back to focusing on Trump, focusing on tariffs, and focusing on him as the leader and how he's uniquely preferred over all the other offerings.
And with the way these numbers are kind of bouncing around right now, the possibility of a minority government either way, so we could have either the Bloc or the NDP playing kingmaker. What are your thoughts on what Blanchette said about Canada and also the way the two of them are sparring, the NDP and the Bloc?
Well, they're sparring in opposite places. So the NDP are trying to stave off extinction, essentially. So the NDP are fighting here in this last few days, essentially making the pitch that if Mark Carney's going to become prime minister anyway, don't waste your vote on the Liberals. Make certain that we're here to hold this new government to account. They're almost telegraphing to people that they do think there'll be a Liberal majority in order to allow their New Democrat voters to relax and say, all right, I can return to the fold, the New Democrat fold. Bloc are playing a totally different game. They are trying to rally in Quebec. They are down, not as down as the NDP, but they are going hard. And as you say, they're really focusing on who's going to be able to protect Quebec culture, who stands for Quebec, and they're aiming squarely at Mark Carney. And so, in some ways, these polls suggest that the Bloc are going to lose, that they're not going to rally to the degree to which they want, and so the Liberals are going to score quite a few seats in Quebec. But the NDP, man, they look like they are in deep trouble. It looks like they're going to struggle to hold on to party status.
Okay. Scott, thank you as always, sir. 2 more days to go.
2 more days.
CTV News political commentator Scott Reid.